Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 86 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players. We have Kyle, Mac, Josh, and Christo. Hello. I forgot the ghost of Christo.
Tordrick will one day wake from his holy coma.
Maybe.
One day.
Just perpetually in a holy coma. Honestly, valid. But that's all right.
Frankly,
I'm going to go
it's better
ahead.
than what's happening out here.
Honestly, he's in the
best
spot
life
for now. I'm going to go ahead and give a recap. We're going to jump into things. The party was hired to help protect a traveling museum owned by the Changeling Inc., who would pay them once they arrived across the coast. During this time, Inc. helped Gorbjorn start to make documents and paperworks and what have you for his legitimate princedom. And as you traveled across, you came across an obstruction in the road. This obstruction contained a plethora of large crabs, to which you dealt with easily, but seemed to be a distraction for the ambush that waited for you. And this ambush did not seem to just have the intention of stealing from the cart, as Inc. assumed. Inc. was the first target and taken down immediately, and it was downhill from there. The party was able to take out a couple people from the assaulting bandit group, but in the end, after Inc. finally fell, they stood down. The party is then ushered over to a nice spot by a tree to sit casually. The spellcasting woman informed you that they are here to take what they are looking for, and that you may take your pay and whatever else you please from the body. You just have to wait. And you all currently sit, or feebly lean, around this tree. You can see that the group of bandits has already gone into the motion of starting to go through Ink's body. They've started to pull open the cart. You can see like somebody like running their hands along the seams, like looking for how you're supposed to open it. And the woman who appeared earlier in the combat as a wind elemental stands before you in her normal form. We've been referring to her as Druid. No names have been passed around in this combat, which is kind of the usual. You don't just shout, by the way, my dudes.
Nice to
I
meet
am
you.
about to kill you. My name's Nana. What's yours?
Sweet. It's always Derek in my mind. The first name, it's just like, oh, I'm Derek.
Better than Jerry.
I'm pretending I didn't name somebody in this group Jerry right now.
You 100% did, but that's
I'm pretending
fine.
that didn't happen because it might have.
If it's good enough for Griffin McElroy, it's good enough for us.
Oh, that's nice. But you can see people starting to move around, a bit manhandly with Ink's body. There's no resistance. There are eyes on you the whole time. You can see that the three archers do not participate. They've just taken up residence in a spot where they can see the cart and can see your group. Currently, the druid stands in front of you, looking down at the nest of eggs that has just sprouted from beneath Gorbjorn after placing a magical bean into the ground. The druid woman stares for a moment and then glances back at the group doing their bandit-centric business and speaks loudly. All right, we're going to get through this together. No sudden moves, no magic, no healing, no fiddling with objects or weapons, and just kind of like these subtle hand motions, almost like you're in an airplane. It's just like, these are the exits. You go this way, secure your seatbelt. Very presentery.
I
Um,
see. She's the fight attendant.
Yeah, you'll be your fight attendant this evening.
Inspiration.
Which one? Who's the fight attendant?
The druid.
It is the
Okay.
druid woman. She says, there's no leaving this spot. If you follow these rules, and once we are done here, you'll be free to walk with whatever money or items you see fit. Is that understood?
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I almost said crystal, but yeah.
Nana nods. She's kind of half paying attention.
You can hear. Go ahead.
I'm busy cowering over my eggs like mine.
I have to protect my eggs.
My clutch.
Jeez.
She nods and then looks back and gives a nod to the spellcaster woman that seems to be in charge of this group. She is currently near the cart and attempting to open it. They nod to each other. The druid looks back to you, smiles, leans in, and speaks much softer. That's a lie. At the end of this, they are going to slit your throats.
Oh, great.
So I think there is a way that maybe we can all deal with this. I just want you to understand that you do not get some bounty at the end of this if you sit quietly. But for now, how about we sit quietly?
And what do you suppose we do after we sit quietly?
Well, I think there is a way that things could be mutually benefit. And you watch her eyes like shift to the side. And you see that one of the men has meandered away from Ink's body following the blood trail from where the fingers were shot off. And she's like, stay. And she turns quick on her heels. And it looks like she is trying to beat this person to that point. For the moment, you all sit alone, eyes on you, but alone. Yes.
Nana will stay quiet as she says this, but she is going to mention, not sure what she expects to do with those fingers, but maybe it's something worth noting.
I'm more worried about what we do. I can put us up a rope trick that'll protect us for an hour, hide us for an hour if we're not seen going up it, but I can't heal anyone after that.
Looking at us right now, Fen.
I'm just saying if their attention goes somewhere else briefly and we can shimmy up a rope, there's always Taldrick to worry about.
I would not want for him to be slain in our stead.
I don't want that either.
So, unless we can take him with us, I propose we do not move.
Speaking of not moving, it's just gonna glance at the freaking statues and then give it a fucking middle finger.
Are we sitting on like some snow?
Yes. It's
Um,
not incredibly thick, but you are currently sitting on some snow near a tree. 3 sets of eyes fully trained on you and about 2 other people 15 to 20-ish feet away, sort of at the side. So you'd be vaguely in their periphery.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to my friends and cast a spell. I'm going to cast the spell Mislead, which only has somatic components, so hopefully I can keep that subtle enough. And it's not going to look like I did anything because the only thing that happened really is casting the spell. It creates an illusory duplicate of me and I turn invisible, but I'm going to stay in the same place as my duplicate.
I would like you to make a roll for me. I would like that roll to be sleight of hand.
Okay.
Can I help in some way?
Nope, he did not inform you.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a 19, so 22.
Okay. I am going to be rolling for 3 people.
Okay. Roll bad.
It's only fair if I show it. It's only fair if I show it.
I can see it.
Thank you. I just trying to figure out how to make the camera see what I want to see anyways. I would usually be more secretive, but there were 2 nat 20s.
Yikes.
2 of the archers immediately move in and start walking towards the group. The other one stares blankly into the distance. Unaware. Roshan, you're immediately like, ah, shit, as they both casually come over. Hey, what was that?
What was what?
I think we're being pretty nice here. I don't think playing dumb's gonna work right now.
Trying to
Right.
tell us a story.
No spells. I'm sorry. These arrows just really sting, and I can't pull them out myself, so I need a little help. Maybe I saw what that woman did with the vines and the pushing them out. Do you think I could get her help?
I'd like you to roll deception, please.
Wow, another 19, but that one was a 25.
Okay. Well, I feel like, and excuse me if you have like a medical condition or something, but very loudly the fight attendant informed you that there would be no spells used.
I apologize. I shall sit here in misery for the rest of the time. That was my fault, and I will accept whatever punishment you deem fit.
I'll dwell on it. This guy backs up a solid 10 feet and does not stop staring at the group. The other guy who walked over, quiet for most of that, looks over the group, glances over at the druid, kind of like bites their lip a little bit, and is going to turn and go back to the position they were standing in, further back. I am going to roll a very important roll right now. As you all glance over at Druid and the other bandit who casually followed the trail of blood, you can see they both are scanning the snow and are trying to be first to find something.
Now, question.
Uh-huh.
Does bardic inspiration come off as magical?
You would have to do something to give bardic inspiration. It would not just be you sitting there casually and then it happened.
Point of order, didn't he give her a point of inspiration last session?
No,
Gorbjorn
Gorbjorn did.
did.
How long does bardic inspiration last? And it was given to the spellcaster. So I also want to know
shit.
how long it would last.
Damn it.
For me, it's 10 minutes. I think it's probably the same.
Yeah. So the spellcaster still has bardic inspiration. The druid does not.
Okay.
Can I just shout out to her and ask, you having trouble looking for something?
Sean's playing fucking games today, sure.
Hell yeah.
You shout.
Spellcaster
this-
does not have the bardic inspiration, as it only lasts till the end of my next turn.
It is gone. But for a moment, she felt very inspired. Gonna let this guy who is staring so intently at you roll Arcana.
Sure.
You want to see my bird?
He puts a finger up to like shush you and takes a step inwards. The druid does not turn around, but your bardic inspiration does go off. What do I add to my roll?
A D8.
Let's do our friend, also unnamed bandit first.
We
Okay.
just roll initiative at this point.
Nope.
Not yet. Wait.
I don't know if you guys want
I'd
to roll
rather not
initiative.
fight right now, frankly, guys.
That'd be a
I don't know about
choice,
y'all.
and I would support it to the end.
God knows you would, Jillian.
Just one of the. Okay. Mr. Bandit got a flat 18. For this investigation check, she adds 4. She's going to add 6 because of the bardic inspiration. All right. You watch her head scan the ground. Stop. She steps in, and it is a matter of mere moments. And you watch as the other guy, between 2 fingers, is holding the ring that was on Ink's fingers. As she looks at him and smiles, and is going to back up towards the group. He is going to make his way back towards the cart. She turns around, no insight necessary from your group. She looks pissed. But she comes over and stands next to this archer guy, and just continues to be part of the team watching you. And she like glances over. So, what are your names? Does anybody have a flask for him or something? The guy next to her does not move. But some people start to dig through their pockets.
What did she ask? Does anyone have a flask for her?
Well, she asked you what your names were and then turned to the other group and asked, do you guys have a flask for them?
Roshan will start introducing everyone. My name's Roshan. This is Nana.
Anna lifts one hand. She's not really looked at any of the bandits yet.
Just sort of nods along to each name and like keeps glancing over at the archer, who is way too invested now at staring daggers into Roshan. Well, those are lovely names. I am Danelle. It is nice to meet you. I'm very hopeful we can continue this arrangement and go our separate ways with no more incidents. Maybe people could relax. And she like gives the guy next to her like a hard hit on the shoulder.
He takes 1 point of
Um,
damage.
He flies across the
Nice.
fucking room.
God damn! That would be great.
He does sort of like snort a little bit. And there is a slight bit of relax to his stance, but he does not move away. And you hear from behind the cart, I need people in positions. We need to make sure this works. From the spell casting woman. And the archer looks at your group, looks at her, looks back, grits his teeth, and he moves back so that he can see around the front of the cart.
So he's no longer staring at us, or
He's doing his damnedest to kind of be in an advantageous-ish position. You can still see him.
Yeah.
But he has split focus. Danelle is going to sort of step to the side and is kind of standing a few feet from Nana, like looking over at the cart. Ready when you are.
So they're kind of moving about and making a little bit of noise, right?
A little bit.
Invisible Roshan would like to stand up and go take a peek.
Okay, I'd like you to roll stealth with advantage.
Okay. Don't fail me now. That is a 19.
Okay, good to know. You stand up and are you going to try and put yourself in a place where you can see into the cart?
I want to see what happened with the ring to follow that person. I assumed the ring went back to the leader woman.
Yeah, that man is currently standing near her. So you can kind of meander closer and be sort of in their vicinity.
Okay. And does he still have the ring?
He does.
Okay.
He is currently holding it in his hand. Like presentery to the woman, like, look what I did. I'm good.
And what is she doing? Is she paying attention to it?
He is right next to her.
Love that. Love that. Well, I guess I'll just wait for something else to happen because I don't have anything good to do right this second.
This
Split
ring is
action, I
snatched
guess.
from the hand next to two faces and just casually like floats this way and walks around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jillian, let it
definitely
work.
low
Let me
key.
do it.
Maybe that'll work. Who knows?
You hear the sound of wood creaking as they pull open the cart. You hear arrows up, and all archers train arrows on the golems. And Roshan, from your angle, you can watch as she like lifts up her hands, and there's a little shake to them. And she reaches in and picks up the closest thing she can find, which is a book. And she snatches it up. And there's a pregnant pause. And then like a sigh in unison as there is not a budge from the golems. All right, find what we're looking for. And she tosses the book back inside. And she's going to take a little bit of a step back as a couple people move in to start looking, start to go through, and you watch as Danelle is trying to move casually closer to your group, and you hear, Danelle, we need healing. Look at this fucking guy. And the guy that had been fighting Gorbjorn, who was struggling, you see him off to the side. He's like hands on his thighs, like just vomiting. Just honestly, I'm awesome. Somebody owes me a drink for something. And it just like continues to vomit. Danelle's like, haha, shit. And walks away from the group, and you see begins casting some sort of healing magics. I can only do some. It's like slaps this guy on the back who's just vomiting into a bush. Roshan, you see the guy with the ring casually slips it on and joins in on team digging through stuff. And you can hear the spellcaster woman. Could you top me off? Denel grits her teeth like, uh-huh. And slaps some healing on her as well. And then is going to meander back to the group. Does stop next to Ink for a moment. And like glance them over. And then pushes forward.
What kind of expression does she have on her face as she's looking at Ink?
What's your passive insight? Or you're welcome to roll. It's up to you.
I will let you know.
Mr.
in 2
Roshan standing to the
seconds.
side like, ooh.
Yeah, you know. Ooh,
Gorbjorn
baby.
giving heat to the eggs.
Yeah. My passive insight is 16.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ain't too bad.
She's not trying to hide it too much. Not a lot of people directly next to her looking at her.
Mhm.
Regret.
Hmm.
She does not seem happy about this outcome.
Okay.
She comes back over to the group. Don't you guys worry, I'll try to get you too, but we have to be patient.
Did you have any knowledge of this proprietor before this job?
I actually did. Hard not to hear about Ink. You know, big cart, big golems, big fancy items inside. Says that a bit louder.
Was the death truly a necessary one?
It is when somebody pays you for it.
Suppose.
Were you paid just for ink, or were you paid for all of us?
Well, if you're curious, we were paid to end the proprietor of the shop and take a couple items. And that's it.
And the rest is just tying up loose ends.
Doing what seems necessary. I'm going to be frank. My boss hates two things: moonlighters and people who pick on small businesses. Now, all those people back there work for my boss. But he didn't ask us to do this. This was a separate party. Now that sounds like moonlighting and picking on small business owners.
It does rather sound like it checks off both of those boxes rather completely.
And
I thought it
maybe-
was day. The sun's
We'll
still
talk
up.
about
I
it
see it.
Yes.
pointing.
Nana
She's like,
kind of gives him a small pat on the arm, like just, and then puts her hands back in her lap. It's a simple gesture. There is no magic. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's all right. We'll talk about it later.
so here's the thing. I'm going to have to go walk around and look busy, but I'm going to come back soon. And hopefully I can get you a little back up on your feet and we can get that ring. Now,
Appreciate it. If you happen to see that quiver of arrows that I left over there, while you're on your walk, it would be helpful in getting the ring, potentially.
I'll see what I can do. Now, I am more of a representative of my boss, so I have to work on his terms.
I'll
And his
just pretend
terms,
Corbjorn just burped.
his deals. I just see him with like a Sharpie writing names on the eggs.
I
Like
imagined
that's
him
all I
eating
can-
one actually.
Oh my
But we're-
Are you putting one in your mouth?
I'm gonna eat one. Why not?
Oh my
Hell
fucking
yeah.
god, dude!
Constitution saving throw, you know what's up.
Oh boy, bud.
That is 25.
That's
What is your lowest
obscene.
stat?
That'd be intelligence, obviously.
You sit there for a moment and just shove this egg into your mouth. And things become a bit more clear. I'd like you to add 1 to your intelligence score, please, and that is permanent.
I have to
Holy
figure out how
fucking
to-
shit, guys!
Use
But you realize, like, we're plotting right now. We're figuring something out, and we've got this. And there's just a moment where it just starts whirring in the brain.
He might even realize that moonlighting may not relate to the moon.
Like trying to put
He
it
doesn't
together.
know what it is, but it's not necessarily the moon or nighttime.
What intelligence is Gorbjorn at now?
9.
Hell
yeah!
Yeah! Doesn't raise any of his modifiers, but that doesn't matter. He's smarter.
No, he feels it, and that's all that matters. She
feels it in
watches
his
Gorbjorn eat an egg and is like, "Are you sure that you're all up to this? I'm just double checking."
Yes. As strange as it sounds, yes.
Now, do all of you think you can sit here and behave for a little bit longer? That's the end of the statement. Do you think you can do that?
I don't think we have much in the way of a choice.
Gorbjorn is using all of his 9 intelligence looking at more eggs.
Staring at eggs like,
Uh,
that could be the smartest man in town.
it's assuming all of them do the same thing.
Good.
Hmm.
I'll come back with more information and possibly a friend. We'll see how it goes.
Best of
Take it
luck.
easy. Pretend like you aren't going to be murdered after this. And she walks off.
Oh, that's easy enough to do. We absolutely won't.
Man,
If I
Um,
say it out loud, perhaps it'll happen.
can we Roshan's going to shout after her and say, "Can we start bandaging our wounds?"
Non-magically? Bandages, perhaps?
nothing's happened with this yet, so could you check something with Miss Lead for me? Is your
Yeah.
invisible form allowed to move?
Yes.
I just had half a thought about it. Okay.
Yep.
Then nothing need change. We're just jumping on that before something maybe happened. Your duplicate Roshan calls out, and you watch Danelle lean over. They could bandage their wounds, right? Eyes on them, no magic. One of those archers happy to step forward and be part of team stare at y'all real aggressive like.
So Roshan, after they kind of just started looking, would want to go back so that he could actually do that.
I would love to be part of the thing that's going to happen.
I would like to have those wounds bandaged, please.
All right, you make your way over. Two
Kind
guards
of sit down
stand.
inside the duplicate?
Yeah.
You watch Danelle stop next to one of them. I feel like you've never done this before. Get a tarp from the cart. And she like points over at Ink's body. What do you want, a second fight? And he's gonna try and intimidate somebody who's not him and over here to go get something from the cart.
Like bandits do.
Hey, go get the tarp. Fuck you. All right.
Fine. Well, I'll do it.
One of the guys meanders over and starts to dig for a tarp in the cart.
Clarification, away from us towards the cart.
Yeah, there's still somebody
Okay,
5 feet in front of you staring at you.
fair enough.
The guy who's,
But not two people.
no, just one.
Okay.
But he begins to stare at you.
Okay.
Go ahead, bandage your wounds.
Nana will slowly reach for her pack that she keeps her bandages in. Open the top. Bandages. Starts with Gorbjorn, who's closest to her. And we'll work her way down the line.
Yeah.
Are we short resting now, or is Nana going to do medicine checks on all of us?
You guys are not healing. This isn't
Okay.
gonna heal anybody.
Okay.
There's nothing restful about
You
this
could
situation.
attempt to start having a short rest at this time, but this
Yeah, I
has
don't
been a
think we're gonna get
solid
an hour.
5 minutes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can stay hopeful, but
Mhm.
you're not so sure. And as you start to you're like, let me just bandage our wounds. You hear, there's a fucking guy in here. From somebody at the
He's
cart.
in a coma. He's
Don't
in a
touch him.
coma.
That's what
You
you
can-
get when you start touching his items.
Honestly, yes, it happened 2 days ago when we first signed on with him. If you want to drag him over here next to us, that's fine. Whatever.
The spellcaster looks over. Good to know. Go ahead and take him out and keep him over here. So
If I can,
Tordrick,
I will be the one to pick up Tordrick if they'll let me in.
you start to stand up. The guy in front of you knocks his bow. We aren't going to hurt your friend. We're just putting him down over here.
Sit back down.
And Tordrick, you can see that he's placed down, and then she kind of pushes a guy who goes over, grabs Tordrick by the ankles, and pulls him more into view so you can see him from around the cart.
Okay. Well, at least we can see him. That's nice.
He is visible and just fully unconscious and seems to be just big smile on his face, having a damn good time as you
At
guys
least
try
one
to
of us
pull
is!
arrows from your body. The man eventually comes back and places a tarp under Ink's body, glances around, and then goes back to looting. You can see that he's taken, it looks like a satchel of money off of Ink's body. And then he pulls out something, it looks like a rectangular piece of wood that's been chipped at. And he's like, "The fuck is this?" And somebody glances around. "Oh, it looks like a stamp.
Oh.
Oh, it's got a GG on it."
Oh.
And sort of just kind of looks at it and just tosses it back onto Ink's body.
That's fine. If they don't think it's valuable, we can pick it up later.
And you watch as, like clockwork, things are being pulled out of the cart, moved around. You have one guy watching you. You see Danelle off to the side talking to one of the archers and just having a hushed conversation. There is a moment where it is just all of you. You can continue to just patch your wounds, but is there anything you would like to do and or talk about? Be aware somebody is right next to you.
Yeah. So we won't be talking about escape.
So to escape, because the thing is, they informed you that you'll be able to leave. That is
They
the
did.
consensus.
That is the consensus. Officially stated. And we'll roll with that assumption that that is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can really share with each other. We haven't come up with a good enough code or twin speak.
We really do need to work on that, don't we?
Nana, if I happen to succumb to my wounds, I want you to know that the thing I told you when we were taken by Egil for the first time is also true this time. It still stands, near my heart. Just so you know.
Intelligence check for Mac. Not for Nana, for Mac.
For Donna too. That was months ago.
It's been a while, but honestly, if I remember right, that was to do with his kukri being hidden next to his.
Yes.
Like
You
under his,
remember-
yeah.
That's more than I could ever do, and you can have that if you'd like to.
Hey, all right.
I'm
Nana
just
will
like, I don't
nod
know, what did he
solemnly.
say?
Nana will
I'm
nod
like, what?
solemnly and kind of like pat him on the shoulder and just look very understanding and solemn. I understand. Absolutely. But hopefully it won't come to that.
I hope it doesn't come to that either, but it's still true to this day.
The guy narrows his eyes. Eagle.
What?
You heard of him?
No, I haven't heard of fucking Eagle. Yeah, I've heard of him. You're that type of mercenary. And like looks over the group.
He roughed us up once, blew us up with a grenade.
I don't know what that is.
A big
He's like,
bomb,
okay.
it exploded. It exploded at us. We almost died.
Oh, so you aren't one of Eagle's mercs. Okay.
No.
Can I just check the water on him? How does he feel about Eagle?
Go ahead and
Just
roll
based
insight.
on like his vibes. I need a vibe
Yeah.
check.
Nana already said no, but you can try to be like, what do you got?
That's a 24.
Oh, what's the best way to describe it? A vague hint of respect that was not there before while talking to you.
Scared shitless of what Eagle might do if his associates were to come up wounded or
Not
worse.
that. That's not what it is, but
He
an
knows the guy. He knows
understanding
he's
of
scary.
maybe you guys are kind of more on the same side of things than on opposite sides of things.
Oh, I see. Nana might have fucked up then. But of
He kind
course,
nods.
if you
All
think
right.
that you can pass off that Nana don't know shit about it, she certainly hasn't come forward as a leader in this party as yet.
I wonder what Eagle would do if he knew we were in this predicament right now.
Probably.
Nana's like, fuck it.
She can continue with her previous remarks
do
and
whatever
not
you
break
wanna do. I love it.
continuity. It's just like,
I
frankly,
knew
yeah,
that.
Eagle would laugh at us in this situation. Because ain't this exactly like how we met him?
Seems familiar.
That's not a
vaguely.
lie.
Roshan's going to ask this guy, so what would you do if Eagle were here today?
That kind of sounds like if you met your favorite Jarl, what would oh yeah, he's a fucking something now, right? And somebody's like, shit. And like they just kind of yell back and forth for a second. Fuck, I don't know. At least like a good handshake, but but if you guys are acquaintances, enemies, he blew you up.
Yeah, but he didn't kill us.
Almost. Didn't.
What's a friendly explosion between friends?
Couldn't kill us. We killed a bunch of his guys, actually.
That is true.
No, I'm just
Hey guys,
thinking
we
like,
beat
who's your
Eagles, guys.
A few of
What'd
them.
you say, Gorbjorn?
No, I'm just thinking to myself like, all right, now who's their boss and who's going to get an emotional relationship? Like we're just dating all the bad guys.
I would like to not be visible while I do this, but send 2 charges of the Rapier of Reunions to Eagle, just in case.
Okay. You send 2 pings. All right. This guy is like looking at you and sort of like vaguely talking over his shoulder, and he's like, if you beat Eagles, guys, maybe Eagle's going a little soft. And somebody laughs, and you hear the spellcaster be like, shut the fuck up. And
not even when he's not here.
and you watch her step around the cart, and she is holding emotionally prepare yourself, Jillian. Be prepared. Rosvalum's dress, the last elven queen, has that kind of draped over the arms. And she makes her way back to the cart and sets it down. Danelle, do you think you could, be a horse or something useful? As she looks at their very dead horse, but sets the dress in the cart. Haha, useful, can do, very much so. And you can just see like the clench of her hand as she just like tries to work out the muscles and then like relaxes it. And time slowly ticks by as they begin to work. Danelle starts to make a path behind the cart. The archer she was talking to comes over to your group. Let's go take a look in there. It's pretty cool. Looking at the other archer. Last time you're going to get to see shit like this. When are you ever going to go to a museum? All right. Watch him, and then points to Roshan. Keep an eye on that one. That archer goes to look in the cart, and this one stands with you. We're all going to die. He sort of just murmurs under his breath. This is
Don't
fine.
look so glum. We survived when Eagle tried to kill all of us, so.
We are all
Would
going to
it-
die, but it doesn't have to be now.
Would it be helpful if we could all talk to Eagle?
I'm not sure. Couldn't get a read on any of them, honestly. How intimidated or impressed they are.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
They
Just,
theoretically.
So is this the guy that Danelle was talking to?
This is the guy Danelle was talking to.
Friend?
Just be ready. And Roshan's going to go a little ways between the party, and he's going to put the
And he's like,
speaking
wait,
stone on
what
the
are you
ground.
talking about? Wait, don't do anything. Just wait. And he's like staring at you, not doing it. It's like, okay, good. Because we've got this figured out. It's throw the stone on the ground.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll throw the stone out, and hopefully summon a hologram of Eagle.
Where would you like to put him? Are you just putting him in the middle of a place or like behind a tree? What are you aiming for?
Right in this guy's face.
In front of me. What the fuck?
I wanted it to be like midway between the cart and us, but kind of off to the side, in a direction that not many people are looking. So they'll be surprised when they see Eagle.
All right. Let's put
I think Nana will be surprised too. I don't think she knows anything
everybody's
about
like,
this
what
thing.
the? Everybody.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Everybody.
Roshan? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you...
And Roshan sits there silently, staring
Mhm.
straight ahead, unmoving. And the guy's just like, okay.
This is normal.
This is fine.
Um,
Roshan, you better not
and
get us
then
all
standing in
killed.
front of Roshan's invisible person, Eagle pops up and is like in the middle of like uncuffing like his sleeves and like pulling them downwards.
As soon as he appears, Roshan would whisper as close to Eagle's ear, if that matters, as he can. I'm invisible. These mercenaries are moonlighting and going to kill us. Please help.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be kind of fucking weird when I walk out just casually from behind this tree, but I'm gonna try my damnedest.
Any
You guys
port
get
in a
so much
storm.
fucking trouble. How can one group get in so much fucking trouble? Give me a second. You have an idea who the leader of this group is before I just start walking out and doing my thing? I was not in the headspace. Give me a second.
We haven't heard her name, have we?
No.
Not even from
But there
Danelle?
are only 2 women in this group.
Okay. Then I'll give her a quick description. The one without the braid and the head tattoos. The lady without the braid and the head tattoos.
Great. I feel like I needed like a script beforehand for this, but that's all right. Figuring it out as we go.
Improv.
I was hoping like the next charge you used like one of the stones for would be like a little like, ooh, but that's fine. Business.
Next one.
And Eagle takes a breath and walks out from behind the tree like, whoa, everybody, can we just sit down for just a second? Can we cool things? Just cool our fucking jets for half a second. The guy next to you, the one who was like talking to Danelle and is now talking to you, turns to what the actual fuck is happening?
Nana's
Roshan would
pretty
like
taken aback
to.
herself.
Roshan will go back to the group and say, "I'm making a distraction."
That would probably be a good time to move.
Is everybody's attention fixed on the eagle hologram?
He looks to you and he's just like, let it play out. Maybe we can get you some heals before this pops off. And he is going to look confused and like back away and try to make his way closer to Danelle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of like eyes to Eagle and eyes to you guys. Like it's not just exclusively on the man who came from nowhere.
Okay.
And so while that is happening, can I go retrieve the quiver? Since the way I'm imagining the situation is it's kind of in the opposite direction of Eagle, but I could be completely wrong.
You know where both of those things are, so you would be able to be like Eagle here, quiver here, everybody look that way.
Yeah.
So you meander your way over and just kind of like give it some nudges. Give me stealth with advantage.
An 18.
Okay. You push it over and you see the only person who glances your way is Danelle. And then quickly looks the other way.
Good.
There's just a moment where everybody stares at each other, sort of like a vague standoff moment.
Nana has no clue what's going on. It is not hiding it.
Is he like Beetlejuice? We said his name 3 times. He's here now. The spellcaster woman is going to step forward. Real. Welcome. And she is going to make her way over to him, and he's like, thank you for the welcome. I'm sorry, did I crash the party or something? That's my apologies. And is going to kind of hone in on a conversation with her. During this, she introduces herself as Belda.
Belda?
Belda. Danelle is going to make her way back over, and she is going to attempt, you see the casual hand at the side, movement of the wrist, she is going to attempt to do a mass healing word. Here we go, boys.
Here we go, boys.
She's like, don't waste this. I'm getting a bit tapped out.
Noted and appreciated.
Use that spell slot. Yes, cure wounds. I don't know why I decided rolling online for her was necessary or good. Everybody heals 29.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Thank you, Donnell.
Thank you, Danelle.
She glances over. I'm going to make a secondary distraction, and you're all going to scatter. I'm going to go for that bitch right there. I need you to take out archers, and if those things start moving, I need you to get that ring back. Is that understood?
Where's the ring at the moment?
The ring is currently around the other side of the cart. You cannot see the guy, but you know he's over there somewhere.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Understood.
Peachy. During this, eventually, like, your quiver has made its way over to you, Fen, and is just casually there. Yes, Nana.
I just want to say that Nana is kind of holding on to the instinct. She's not going to prep the spell. She won't ready the action. But once this other distraction goes off, she is getting ready to cast Pass Without Trace for the party.
Don't we all have to stay next to you for that?
Yeah, we would have to be within a certain distance of you.
Yeah, and she
What-
said
let
scatter.
That is true. Let me see what the distance is.
Nana's
She
like,
means
it's
don't
from
get
me.
don't get taken out with the same fireballs, which is implying.
Yeah, that's fair. Within 30 feet.
I don't
Yeah.
intend to be within 30 feet of anyone.
I
That's
don't
more than
really
fair.
intend on running, to be honest. I gotta take care of some people. But you do you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair
Just
enough.
do
Fair
what you
enough.
gotta do when the time comes.
Okay.
Eagle is still talking to this woman, and you can just the bullshit as he is trying to assess the situation because he knows near zero about what's going on, and he's just like, interesting, and who hired you and for like how much though? And he doesn't know he's a distraction. He's trying to solve a problem. Like,
That's
do
what
you-
we needed him for.
That's true.
how do I, what do you want? And she's like,
What do I want?
she's like, actually, if this could stay like more of an under the table thing, I'd be really and it's just like, and you are surrounded in a fog cloud.
Oh.
And
Ho-ho.
we are going to roll initiative.
Alrighty, boys.
New initiatives, baby.
Maybe Nana won't roll shit. Or maybe she will. We'll find out, won't we?
And as we all roll initiative, it might be a wee bit early, but I think we can take our break now and we'll jump straight into combat when we get back. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll jump back into things, and I'm sure Eagle is just happy to be here, part of the team.
Oh, super.
Just wanted to
you
hear you do
guys-
the eagle voice.
Hell yeah. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 86 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break, and the team was sort of in a hostage situation and have a couple people interested in teaming up, and a illusory Egil crime boss boyfriend who is here to try to smooth things over as he was summoned in the middle of this to try and work things out. But it was really just a distraction. As the party is healed a little, and a fog cloud spreads out on the battlefield. That is where we are going to start off. Let me see.
And as you may be able to tell from the battle music, cultists, that means a fighting time!
It's just like and then nobody fought. Cool. You guys are all blinded. You're just in the middle of this fog cloud, unable to really see. You can see the shapes of people next to you. But that's about it at the top of the initiative. Gorbjorn, you are up. Nana, you're on deck. What would you like to do?
I would like to run completely straight until I'm out of the fog cloud.
Okay.
And would I be like next to the cart kind of thing?
Yeah, when you pop out, there is a couple people next to you. One of them is the archer who was talking to you more casually and with Danelle. The other one is not, but you are next to the cart.
Is it possible to get myself next to two? I have 40 movement speed.
That would be okay either. 35, 40. Yes, actually you can.
Alright, then
You
I
can
would
get
like
yourself next to an archer and the guy who had the ring.
I would like to rage.
Beautiful.
Energy floods into my body. I can immediately take one additional action, which can be used to take attack. So I have a third.
Like you're
hasted
hasted.
attack. Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
God damn, this is awesome. All right, so
Well,
Going into the combat for the second time, actually almost hasted instead of stunned.
Hmm.
So one extra action is 2 attacks, right?
so no, it's just one action as an attack, not the. I'm pretty sure it's.
Okay.
It's. I'm
Not
taking
double.
it.
You don't do
yeah,
the
it's a
whole-
hasted action, not full.
Okay.
It's
that
not
would
like
be crazy and horrifying.
what is it? I don't get that warrior thingy. I don't remember at the moment. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Would you like to go for the archer or the guy with the ring?
Guy with the ring, because that was what I was told. I think.
Like, I don't remember the rules, boof, and you just go for it. Yeah, that hits.
That is 21 damage. Still up.
Your bat sword makes contact with his body directly at the spine. He slams into the cart. Sickening crunch sound. He's down.
Wow! Sick!
I'll go for
Now
number
he
one
gets to
then.
kill somebody else.
Well, I already
Turn to
used
the guy
my-
behind you.
I believe a 10 will miss, and then my
10 will miss.
hasted action. I don't get my bonus action to attack because I raged. That's a dirty 20 to hit the archer.
That hits.
Ooh, that's what I like to see. That's here. Wait, yeah, that's 29 damage.
Okay.
End turn.
All right. You emerge from the fog cloud, immediately murder a man, and begin to strike on another. Takes the hit hard in the arm, but stays up. And that is your turn. Next in the initiative is Nana. Fen, you are the next player character in initiative.
Nana is going to use her action to cast. Now, it's going to be Pass Without Trace. It is, I know, only effective for people within 30 feet of me. I am, however, primarily going to be using this for Nana because
Sure.
when she initiates Pass Without Trace, she is going to make a beeline for Ave's sword and the dagger given to her by Valder.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. I have +10 to that thanks to Pass Without Trace. Nice. Huh. Total of 29, my dude.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
So you make a beeline to where that is. You are still in the fog cloud.
Cool.
So you used your action to pass without trace. In the area of where your sword is, you can't see it.
Okay.
You're like, I know it's in this general vicinity.
And I'm assuming it'll take a whole action to look for them.
Yes. Or if you could see, it would be a different story, but you can't.
Yeah. And I don't have a bonus action that will allow me to see through a fog cloud. I don't think I even have an action that'll allow me to see through a fog cloud, so it's irrelevant regardless.
Yeah.
That being said, Nana is just gonna kind of like post up, stay on the alert. She knows somebody could still stumble into her. She doesn't want to do that, but she's gonna try to stay on the alert, and next opportunity she gets, she is, full disclosure, gonna grab those 2 weapons and attempt to book it as she was advised.
That is your turn. This man watched his acquaintance die. Looks over at Gorbjorn, assesses the situation with his very big brain. He is going to back up next to Tordrecht, and he is going to aim his crossbow at Gorbjorn. And that's what he's going to do.
Yay!
13's not going to hit.
Nope.
Hell yeah.
Startled by the whole thing, goes wide. He's gonna like stand behind Tordrecht's body. That's where he will stop his turn. Fen, you are up. You're in the middle of the fog cloud.
All right. Fenn's gonna follow the direction that he saw Gorbjorn running off into, because he was pretty sure Gorbjorn meant business. So Fenn's gonna use his movement to run that direction.
You have a vague idea. Like, I think Tordrecht went that way. Or Gorbjorn went that way.
Yep.
You bump fully into Danelle, who just kind of like puts an arm behind you and shoves you past.
Okay.
Letting you move through her space. You emerge. To emerge outside of the fog cloud, you end up like next to a guy and Gorbjorn, and you're like, oh, hey, what's up?
Okay. So there's the guy that was dice number 1 and the one of the guys that's the spider on the board, just for clarification, standing right there.
Yeah.
All right. So Fen had some crushed up glass from those lanterns. And reach into his bag, and my intention is to use my attacks to throw some of those in each of their eyes, not causing any damage, not intending to cause damage, but to help Gorbjorn by making them at some sort of disadvantage or something. I intend to use the help action, and this is how I'm describing to do it. I want Gorbjorn to be able to get these motherfuckers.
Help action.
Yes.
Got you, fam, and you just start yeeting stuff at this guy. The fuck? Gorbjorn will have advantage on his attacks and doesn't have to go reckless.
All right. Yep. And then I'll use my bonus action to disengage if I'm close to one of them, and whatever movement I can do to not make sure I'm not up in their melee range.
Okay, you kind of circle around and take a step back so you're out of melee.
Okay.
I heard my music died, and I'm
Yep.
just trying to move on and be okay about it, and I will get it back, I promise. But first, one of the archers is going to run in over to the corpse of his friend, pull the hand up, rip the ring off, shove it on his own hand.
Can I, as a reaction, just drop my sword and wrestle him for it?
No, but you can take the attack of opportunity as he runs away.
Got you.
Slay him.
And he backs the fuck up.
That will be in 18 to hit.
18 hits.
26 damage.
Okay. All right. Gets a hard hit on him, but he seems intent on doing what he's doing, which is getting some distance. There's a slight glint across the ring, and you begin to hear the shifting of stone, just the gentle grind of stone coming from Odin and Tyr. That is that guy's turn. There's two more guys. This archer next to Gorbjorn is gonna start backing up. He's gonna take the hit.
I used my opportunity
Oh,
or my
he's like-
reaction already.
Oh, he wipes his brow, and he is going to take his shots at Gorbjorn, who is a monster that just really fucks some people up.
16 to hit.
First one is gonna miss. And the same exact roll. Woof, woof. Arrows just, this guy seems startled by everything that has happened. There was Eagle, there was a lot happening. He's dealing with it. And from your angle, Fen and Gorbjorn, you can see the archer that was talking to Danelle glance around, and he makes his way into the fog cloud. And that is going to be his turn. That's their turns. Hey, this guy's in a fog cloud. I'm going to roll to see which direction he goes in. Unlucky. Bumps directly into Nana. Unsure, just starts swinging. He has disadvantage. I don't like these double single digits that we're dealing with right now. And these guys were very cool and intimidating last session as this man flails wildly in the fog.
It was the druid that made everything complicated.
The druid
I mean, it's
tied it all
true.
together. Beautiful
The
bow on
druid
top.
was really like the cinch of the whole operation.
And it seems without that, they bumble in the fog.
So sad, so sad. Nana's just kind of like ducking, keeping down to the ground. She needs to find her swords anyway. Why let him get a hit on her?
Like, he vaguely knows you're there. He's just swinging above you. He doesn't know you're crouched and looking for something. So it's just fully at the air.
There's a head here somewhere.
I'll
Haha, no,
find
there's
it.
not.
And when I do, that's their turn. Danelle's turn. Drops fog cloud.
Oh.
It's none of my business anymore.
That's fine.
And
still have
she
password
is
updates.
going to turn her focus to the spellcaster Belda, who she called, in her words, was leave that bitch to me.
Mmm.
And I need her to make an attack.
Natural 20.
you watch as like the vines that had healed her arm, they wrap around her wrist and it moves out in a direction and slams into the side of the spellcaster, who needs to make creatures. No, she immediately gets pulled, is yanked 10 feet closer to her, and is immediately in front of Denel and does just a wee bit of damage. 2 points of damage, but she is now in melee with the spellcaster, which is their favorite place to be.
But they're a moon druid and change into.
Eagle's just sort of like, I see this is going differently than expected, and just sort of gets comfortable. That's Eagle's turn.
I imagine him just like chewing on a crunchy drink, just watching
Just like,
everything.
hate how much I like this shit, and just just keeps chewing at it. That is her turn. Roshan, you're up.
How hurt? Am I still in? Am I in the fog cloud?
Fog cloud was dropped.
Oh, that's right. How hurt does the one who stole the ring look?
If you can't tell, I have like a Looney Tunes amount of papers. Does not look incredibly hurt.
Took like 26.
That sucks. And how
You
far
guys
away?
did not do a lot to those archers. From you,
I was gonna ask how far from Gorbjorn is he?
about 40 feet.
I could make that in one turn.
Yeah, I will. Is he near anybody else, or is he kind of alone?
I got
He is by
rangers
himself.
shooting at me.
Okay. Then I will hold a spell until Gorbjorn attacks. Yeah. Just gonna wait invisibly. And move toward him, but wait invisibly there.
We'll do your full movement.
Thank you.
All right. That is Roshan's turn. It's now time for the spellcaster, who is going to use her bonus action to Misty Step the fuck away from this. And is gone from view. Denel just murmurs shit under her breath and just starts sort of scanning the area. And then action. Okay. That's her full turn. Gorbjorn, you're up.
Yippee! I run at the guy with the ring.
You charge over.
I'm assuming this wasn't the guy that was helped action, so I have to reckless. Sorry, Ben, but
Yeah.
That's right.
Priorities.
There's one guy like that.
just glass in his eye. I believe a 9 will miss, so second attack.
Yep.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
Or you said my math down so fast. Alright, so 25 damage to him.
Okay.
And then my hasted rage attack. That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
So 29 damage.
Okay. Wailing on this guy. Still standing.
Then Roshan will whisper fell words into his head and say, "Drop the fucking ring, you asshole."
Love
And I need a wisdom save.
19.
Ah!
The
Half
fuck?
damage.
He takes half of 17,
eight.
8 more damage,
Okay.
and I become visible.
And I'm here.
It me, hello. And then
Okay.
there's another one over there.
All right. Gorbjorn's at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Crunch of stone. These things are on the move. And both immediately head towards Scorpion. These long stone muscular arms reach up and out and are just going to make their attacks to try and save the wearer of the ring. Did you reckless, Gorbjorn?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. First one. 25 to hit.
Yes.
No, not this day. $18 damage, not halved yet.
So that's 9 damage.
Going to take his second attack against you.
Shit.
27 to hit.
Jesus.
Yes.
Does this guy have aimbot or something?
But
14 points of damage.
that sounds good. So 7. But
Mhm.
I finally rolled low enough on my thing, and I'm gonna imagine my my rainbow Valhalla energy around me, gaining me a +2 to AC. And whenever something hits me with an attack, takes 2 times my rage damage as force. So that is 6 force damage to this butthole that just hit me.
All right, 6 force damage. These things seem incredibly solid, but it takes the hit. The next one is going to take 2 attacks.
Stop.
18 to hit.
18 will just hit.
Okay. $20, half to 10.
Oof.
And it's going to take its last attack.
Thank God we got all that healing beforehand.
29 to hit.
Holy shit!
Not very spicy though. 4, 5. 11, half to 5.
Oh my.
These things just start wailing on you from behind. Blindly here to the rescue. That is their turn. Nana, you're up. Fen, you're the next player on deck.
Nana wants to find her weapons, please.
Yeah, you casually pick them up.
Yeah, cool. And in so
Or
doing,
they're right there. Oh,
They're right there. They're right fucking there.
Like this guy has his foot vaguely like a little bit on it, and you're like, give me that. And but you have your weapons.
Okay. Did that take a whole action?
No.
Interact.
They were just right there. Interact with interact with an
Yeah,
object.
it was just the fact that it was
Fog
invisible,
cloud.
you couldn't see was the problem before.
Now, since I had Pass Without Trace active when the fog cloud went down,
You are
What are
directly
the-
in front of this man. You are directly in front of him. It's
hide under his nose.
you're like, you just duck a little further and he's just like, hello. So it's not going to work in this sense. You're not invisible.
Fine. Okay. Very well. All right. How hurt does he look? Was he one of the ones that got a juice up from Danelle before?
What you saw, it looks like everybody got a juice up. But this guy in particular, he doesn't look super good. He does not look very good at all, actually. These guys looked like shit at the end of this fight. They looked near as bad as you.
Okay. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. All right. Then in that case, I am gonna use. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna use bonus action Slayer's Prey. This is not
Okay.
a spell. Bonus action, I designate a creature I can see within 60 feet. It'll be the guy in front of me. First time I hit him with a weapon attack, he takes an extra 1d6 damage. So I'm gonna try to attack him with one of my weapons. That's gonna be the short sword on account of it having a slightly heavier hitbox. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Okay, this is what I wanted. That's a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
Fuck yeah. All right. That's going to be 10 points of slashing damage from the short sword.
Okay. Takes the hit hard on the side. You can see this guy's pale and woozy, but he's still up.
Then in comes the dagger.
You already bonus action. Oh, or your second attack right here.
Yeah, second attack. I get 2 attacks per action.
It should be the same weapon though.
Same weapon.
Yeah, use
Right.
the same weapon.
Oh,
Bonus
with the same
action
You
would
use your
be the
you
different
use your
hand, would
bonus
be the
action, so you
offhand.
can't use your offhand.
Okay. Very well then.
So it's better for you. It's
That is
actually
better for
a
me,
good
quite
option.
frankly. It's got a heavier hit. I
Thanks,
do
Hunter.
not get to use Hunter's, on this one, though.
All right.
Well, by golly, by gee. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
Parry. So
Fine.
it does not hit.
Fine.
Pulls his weapon
Uh,
up at the last second. Yours skids across it, just missing the jugular on this guy, but
All right.
he protects himself.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Fine. Fine. Okay. Cool. Then in that case, I'm imagining close to the cart. How
You
many?
are 15 feet away from the unopened side of the cart.
Okay. All right. And is it just the one guy over here next to me on this side of the cart, and everybody else is over yonder, or are there more people on this side?
Most of the people are on the other side, and you can't get eyes on the spellcaster.
All right. Okay. Alrighty then. I am gonna try to keep this guy's attention on me and try and juke away towards the tree cover. I'll provoke an attack of opportunity, but that'll use up his reaction.
He
And-
already used
Yeah,
his
he already
Oh, he
did.
already used it. Oh, he
Because of his
did.
parry thing.
Oh, because of the parry. All right then. Well, ha ha
You
ha
move.
ha.
You move behind the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over behind a tree, just like the archers were doing before. Come on, follow me,
You're
dickhead.
like, and me. And you just move casually away from this guy real fast, like kind of walking backwards and like slip behind the tree.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All right, is that it?
Yep.
All right. Bandit time. This guy is going to keep his light crossbow out. This is the guy standing near Tordrek, and he sort of angles his way around, and he is going to take his shot at Fen. No. Stumbles over Tordrek's hand on the ground, coming in for the assist.
Thanks, bud.
Shot goes wide. And then he watches like Roshan pop up next to him, and he's like, fuck, as Roshan becomes visible again. That was his sad turn. Fen, you were up.
All right, guy with the ring. He doesn't have any sort of cover, right? He's just being pursued by Gorbjorn.
He is technically behind a wall of Golem.
Can I see him?
You would have enough movement to make that possible.
Okay, I'll use my movement to make that possible.
Okay.
And can I get him without any cover?
Well, you have sharpshooter, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I
But
don't
you
have to
can get
use
him
the
without
idea is
cover.
that I want to hit him with I don't want to use sharpshooter, but I guess you
Well,
explained
no,
to me,
like
or
yeah,
I don't have
it
to do that.
automatically
All right.
applies
Yeah.
to every attack.
You
All
can
right.
get him without cover by just moving to the side.
All right. And Gorbjorn's still within 5 feet of him, right?
Yep.
No
Okay.
way. I thought you ran
Gorgon's
away.
disagree.
I thought
I'm
you
not
ran away and
here.
the statues are on me.
He didn't run away after that.
No,
Okay.
he wasn't able to run yet.
right.
Oh, right. He's after. Yeah.
So I'm taking a shot at him.
Go for it.
That's a 30 to hit.
Oh yeah. One can
Okay.
only assume. He parries.
Yeah.
For
We're not
plus
gonna-
10 to AC.
In his mind, he parries, but he's just a
Yeah,
giant.
not
His
gonna be as
mind is
good
like,
as it-
boy, if I could parry.
Not going to be as good as it would have been if I'd have used sharpshooter on the shot, but he's going to take 11 points of damage.
Stabs him just straight up into the neck, and it like just like you can like the hit into the jaw where it stops, and there's the gurgle of blood. Last leg, but he is still up.
Okay. Then I'm going to shoot at him again.
Yep.
That is only an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. And that will be 9 points of damage.
I had to say, really doesn't matter what it is. He had 1 hit point. But this one rivals the other. This one hitting into the temple on the same
Ooh.
side, and he falls.
All right. Is there anything that I'm near that I can use my bonus action to attempt to hide behind?
You casually step behind a tree and go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay.
Is he within 30 feet of me by any chance?
I got a natural, so I got a natural 1 on that, but it's a 13.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
If you get within 30 feet of me, you could probably still get that.
You guys are probably the farthest away from each other on the board
That's understandable.
at this
But he's
time.
also the fastest out of all of us.
That's
Conditionally. Not at a base speed, but conditionally.
This archer is going to. Golem's got that guy covered, he thinks. So we're going to angle ourselves this way. And we're going to take a shot at Roshan.
Oh boy.
Does a 16 hit?
Of course it does.
Okay, both are going to hit.
After the first one hits, I need him to make a dex save.
How
Ooh.
far is
60 feet.
in range?
Hell yeah.
Roll the damage for that, and I'll get to you in just a moment.
Sure.
Let me give you your damages.
Um, 16.
You take 18, and he makes his dex save. 19.
So half.
Yes. Put your spider butt towards me where the number is. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Hellish Rebuke hits into the side of him as 2 arrows drive home just right across your shoulder. And then he is going to back up and move behind a tree. Can't teach old dog new tricks. This guy watched Nana go behind a tree So he'll pursue her. Yes, and he will make his 2 attacks against Nana. Oh, he actually has 3. Oh. Well, you got lucky that first round. 17 to hit.
17 will hit. Yes.
Okay. On the first 2, 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Okay.
Then the offhand with the dagger. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Another 6 points of damage.
Alrighty. So is that 2 con saves to keep concentration on Pass Without
Be
Trace?
3.
3? Okay. Alrighty.
You just need a 10 or higher on all 3.
Alrighty. Let's see what we can do. Oh, nope. Pass Without Trace drops.
Okay.
That's
The
fine.
kind of dark shimmer across your body that was trying to like take hold of the
Yeah.
shadows around the tree.
Yeah.
But
It go.
okay, that is his turn.
That's fine.
It is Danelle's turn, who's going to turn around and she is going to run up behind the guy attacking Nana. She runs over, staff in hand, with just like large, like sharpened edges, and goes to stab it into him. Okay, that hits.
Yes.
Give me your d6s. Six. Stabs into this guy's side. He looks back incredibly confused, but is still standing.
God damn.
This guy does not want to die. He's believing so deeply in himself, and she is going to use a bonus action healing word on Nana.
Oh, that's
Not for a
very
lot
kind.
though.
That's fine. A little is better than none.
6.
That's fine. 6 is more than better. Yeah.
So she goes and engages this guy with you. That is her turn. Roshan, you are up.
Cool. Cool.
How far away is Dead Man with Ring?
About 50 feet.
Then he will lay his hand on his rapier and cast the move fast spell.
Expeditious retreat.
Yeah, that one.
Doo-doo.
And as that bonus action, you can move. So he'll use movement and bonus action to get over there. And rip this dude's finger off if he needs to.
Is it an action to cast the spell the first time?
It is a bonus action with which you can also move.
So the first time you cast it, it's also a bonus action?
Yep.
Okay. You go over. Go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics to get this thing off this man's hand.
Oh, I'm like
Trying
so
to
good at
pull this.
those.
He does have a
Like-
blade in his hand.
Oh my god. I've rolled 19 on this die 3 times tonight. So that's a 22.
It just, you pull and it pops off. You have the ring in your hand.
Hell yeah.
Is there any time to do anything with it?
You have it, is where we are.
Okay.
Hmm.
I will
You
hold on to it
horribly
tightly.
bloody ring in your hand.
Do you have it in
I
your movement?
love it. That's all I'll do then.
Okay. There
Everyone
you go.
who has held this ring so far has died.
Careful.
Egil
Just
shouts,
me-
if you kill him, I will find you and kill you.
Eagle
Does he?
currently doesn't like have eyes on you and is trying to like meander around the room like, what are we doing?
So what's going on?
You're currently obscured by the sun blocking golems. Like,
Ooh, they're
I hope
big.
they're friendly now.
boy,
That would be
you
nice.
brace for impact. That's Roshan's turn. It is now the spellcaster's turn. Okay. That is her turn.
Huh? What?
You don't see anything happen.
I don't like that.
Bye. What is it with these spellcasters running away from us?
If you were a spellcaster getting your ass beat, what would you do?
I mean, glass cannons and all.
Gorbjorn, you're up. These golems raise their arms and they stay there. And then they stay there. We don't sing any more of the song. That's all we can get. But Gorbjorn, you're up. The golems no longer doing anything.
Oh yes, baby.
Then is the closest enemy within 40 feet.
Yeah, you can get to the guy next to Tordrick.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that
This
guy.
That is 13 to hit.
So sad. Yeah, that hits.
Oh my god! Wow.
That's so sad for him.
That is 29 damage.
Yeah. This guy's standing near your friend, and now he certainly is not. As hit from the top, skull caves in. This guy is no more.
I got nothing else, so I'm just gonna stand guard in front of Tordrick.
You just kind of like, all right, and you just bow up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let me take a gander around the map. Okay. Just seeing how many things are in play. The
There's a
golems
few.
have not been given direction yet, but are not actively attacking, so they're just gonna chill. That is their turn. Nana, you're up. This guy's in front of you. Danelle's on the other side.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Nana is gonna use yeah, bonus action, Searing Smite at level
Alright.
2, please.
Okay.
This kindles some golden embers across Ave's sword, and she gonna go in for a swipe with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Excellent. That's going to be a total of 11 points of damage. And it's going to flames all up the sword.
This sword hits into his side, cuts across, and it's almost like it cauterizes the wound, but also the inside of his body. Not sustainable for life. He goes down.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. Nana looks to Danelle and says, what next? Do we fell them all? Do we leave? What?
Witnesses, right?
Frankly, it sounds as though your boss would prefer that.
Find the spellcaster.
That we can do. Nana will kind of start taking a route around the battlefield, kind of trying to stick to the trees, looking out for the spellcaster.
All right, you start to make your way using your movement. You can see, not taking part in the combat, the archer that had been speaking to Danelle did not do anything one way or the other, but is currently posted up behind a tree and like watches you go past.
Okay.
No reach for a weapon or anything.
Any sign of the spellcaster? Belda?
But a shake of the head.
Hmm.
And you
Um,
continue to
hmm.
jog around to see if you can find her.
Okay.
None of those are alive. Fen, you're up.
So would I have noticed where she disappeared from when she reappeared after Misty stepping?
She was on an opposite side of the map to you, so I'm going to say you knew that she was back near where you guys were sitting,
Okay.
but after that, it's a full mystery to you.
All right. I'm gonna use my action to try and tell from like. I want to try and spot her if she's gone invisible or something like that. I want to see like if there are like grass pressed down in an area where it shouldn't be, or if tree limbs are being burnt out of the way as she runs away as an invisible figure or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll perception. Would you like to use your movement to at least get closer to that
Yeah,
area?
I'll use my movement to
Yeah.
get closer. I can bonus action dash too if that gets me any closer than that.
Sure, you can get fully into that area.
Okay. It's a dirty 20.
Nice.
You do not see her. And what you also notice is no footprints leading away.
Oh.
I'm not sure where she's gone, but she can't have gone far.
Anything else, Fen?
Can I use my interaction to just, in the last approximate position that she was in, reach again into that pouch that had that broken glass and just sling a handful of it to see if all of it comes to rest on the ground or if any of it outlines the form of somebody that might be invisible?
As a free interaction, I'd let you just flail your hand in that area.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do. Yeah,
You just fully backhand the space.
Okay.
Glitter bomb.
Nothing but air.
Okay.
You're like, just to make sure. Nope.
Had she been there, though, that would have been rad.
That would have been friggin' amazing.
Completely slapped in the face. The fuck?
Ow!
All right. That's all Fen can do. So
Okay. Looking at the battlefield, this guy is going to assess his situation. This archer is going to consider his situation.
I'm surely he has seen that the golems have stopped attacking Gorbjorn.
He has actually a pretty good vantage of the battlefield. He steps out and he puts hands up.
Woohoo.
You watch Danelle glance over and she kind of gives like all right, like a call it off sort of thing. Just a wave of her hand. We can call it off. She looks over to Fen. Anything?
I've got nothing right now. I can keep looking. I haven't seen anything leave this area. No trace of anything leaving.
Okay. She is going to, I believe it's her turn now. Yeah. She is going to make her way over, running towards Fen. And she is going to use her action to make a perception check. Shit. I hate spellcasters. She does not seem to be able to get a bead on where she is. But that is her turn.
This is outside my turn, but maybe something I might have noticed earlier. What species / race was the?
She seemed like a human.
Okay, all right.
Or something very adjacent, but looked like a human.
Yeah, so
Human
not
appearing.
Yeah, not okay. Yeah, not Fey descended or anything that my ranger abilities would help me locate or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Roshan, you're up.
How far are the golems from Fen?
A lot.
They probably, if they can't get there in a single round, then
They could get close, but they'd have to dash and they would not make it to Fen.
okay. Roshan will say, he'll put the ring on and say, hoist me up, I need a better vantage point.
On their turn, they will hoist you up and give you a better vantage point.
Can I, from the higher ground, once that happens, make a perception?
Of course. If you all are interested, it's up to you. I'll go ahead and do the spellcaster's turn, which I am now done with, which I will just do now, and now is over. Gorbjorn, you're next in initiative, but everybody is welcome to drop initiative if so inclined.
So the only one up really is the spellcaster.
And we can't find
Spellcaster
her right now.
is gone from view. There is an archer with his hands up currently, and Danelle seems to be like, it's fine. That's fine.
Got you. Yeah, I wanted to activate my wolf eyes and see if she lit up in a tree or something.
Okay. Honestly, I think it's good enough to drop initiative because for Gorbjorn to get over there, it's going to be a spicy second anyways. Roshan, you are hoisted up. Gorbjorn, wolf eyes, you run over to the tree. Roshan, make a perception check. I'll give you advantage, just a tall golem. Why not?
He got a vantage point. Advantage point.
He do have that.
Nice.
24.
24. Nope.
Ooh, this
Look,
is
we
a
might be on
spicy
this-
roll.
Might be beyond the statute of limitations at this point.
Oh, god damn it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bexy guys.
We just
He'll-
pun trash, really.
Realizing he can't see anything, he'll turn to what's her name, Danelle, and say, I don't know if you can, but would it be worth trying to track by scent, perhaps as an animal?
Was considering it. You see she's currently walking over to the archer with his hands up, and she comes over and she's like, thing is, I'm a bit limited on how many times I can do that. And how do I know that you won't betray me at the last second? And you watch as she jabs the weapon up under the archer's chin, lifts and throws him down to the ground. This guy's out.
Wow, damn, brutal.
Goodness, we certainly wouldn't have done that to you, but holy fuck.
That was impressive. Not a call
They were
from
going to
across
kill
the
you.
battlefield.
You're welcome. The other archer steps out and he's just
appreciated.
like, I wasn't going to participate either way. And she's like, I understand morals and whatnot.
And you can say to your boss you have a clean slate, you weren't involved in it. All the better.
Yeah, this guy seems slightly iffier about the situation. He doesn't seem distraught, but he's like, but he does jog over to make his own little perception checks. Like he's like, maybe I can do it too.
Can Roshan turn to Egil and say, is there anything you could say that might sway her to trust us enough that we won't stab her in the back?
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Eagle's just like
I would
sipping on
certainly
some wine.
prefer that you not kill my friends. She glances over. Okay. She seems like a sweetheart. Takes another sip of his drink. He was standing maybe like 10 feet away from this dude who got stabbed in the chin and thrown on the ground. He's like, well, seems fully unfazed. Like it's just not even a little bit of phasing. Gorbjorn, you cast wolf eyes and go around. You don't find her, but you can see just like a faint hint of energy where her footprints stop. And there is nothing else around you to be seen.
Seems like the gods don't want us to find her. That's fine.
Or she is incredibly far away now.
Yeah, I don't know how far Misty Step gets you, but like, she probably booked it after that.
Misty Step doesn't
like
get
30
you very
feet, like
far.
30 feet.
Well,
Yeah.
what matters before
What
Gorbjorn
matters
would
is
have
how
just gone
far
for the
dimension door.
Dimension door gets you a lot farther.
cart.
So Roshan wants to ask Danelle, where is it that you came from? Would you, I assume since you're on the trail that you might have come in the direction of Noatin?
She like narrows her eyes. Is that just deductive reasoning, or is there something I should be worried about?
No, there's just piss all out in that direction, and we didn't encounter you on the road before, so just an assumption.
Pretty good assumption. Let's chat.
What was
How
it?
about we chat?
Roshan will, can he mentally command these things, or does he have to ask for something?
You can mentally command.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Roshan will ask to be gracefully put down. And
Graceful as they can.
It's relative.
say, so who is it that you normally work for, and who is it that you were working for today? Well, we're working for today. And what exactly were you looking for in the cart? I saw someone take the dress, but
Eagle like moves into this group and he sits and he's just floating at chair height.
Yeah, that makes
chilling.
sense. He just looks like he's like no clipped to a chair that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he has like one leg crossed over the other, and it's just like he has the strongest leg in existence, just propping himself up with one leg.
It's that or his tail, man.
It's one or the other. She kind of glances over. Well, as business is, my employer will remain anonymous. But the person who hired us for moonlighting, him I don't give a shit about. His name is Silas Steeln.
Stiln?
Steeln. Steeln.
I can't imagine it's a name that Nana came across.
Is
in
his
any
name
of
really
her...
Steelin?
Yeah. Man's name. Are you telling me?
Mr. Thievery Mercenary is named Mr. Steelin?
Hey, Jillian, go ahead and take some psychic damage for that.
No, Mr. Thief and Mercenary is another man. That was his father.
Oh, I apologize.
I'm sorry that I gave this name like to this cool guy, which is a cool name that talks about
It
who
is
he
a cool name. It's legitimately cool. It is.
You
Just
just
because
wanted
his name is
Mr.
so why'd you get into
Stuff
a crime?
doesn't
Well, my
mean-
parents named me Steelin, and it was...
And what do you think I'm gonna do? Not steal?
It was a
She
self-fulfilling
continued.
prophecy.
What are you gonna do about it? You know, she's like, fancy bigwig in Noatin. Actually, my boss, not a fan. That's why we took special interest.
And your boss, is he also a fancy bigwig in Noatin? Perhaps by the name of Bertro?
He raises an eyebrow. No.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
Is he lying?
18.
No.
I believe her.
Hard to read.
Okay. Well, if he is, I did have business with him heading that way anyway. Thought perhaps we could work together, kill two birds with one stone. But if that's not who you work for, then no worries.
I hide my bird.
Glances at it, all the dead bodies. She's like, many birds, many stones. Eagle's just like,
I'm glad we landed on the same side of the sword today.
I was hoping it could lean a bit more in your favor, but I didn't want to blow my cover very quickly, especially if I didn't think you were adequate.
Understandable.
She looked over at Ink.
The crabs, do you control them, or you just knew they were here and that they would attack us?
Operation Crab Wall. No, we did that. That was me. I have to put in 100%. You guys aren't very far from the coast.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It was a very good distraction.
It truly was.
I told them that crab wall would not work, but I owed people drinks after that, and now I don't owe anybody drinks. So
you're welcome.
What a wonderful feeling. I think we should work together and burn these bodies before they corrupt.
Yes.
So you can start gathering. Don't touch Ink.
Any reason why?
My boss took special interest. We're gonna do what we can. The words come out like thick in her mouth. It's the sound of disgust at the idea.
Let me know if there's any way I can help. And then Roshan will mentally command the golems to start picking up ranger bandit corpses and piling them up.
I can help with ingredients.
It's just these spiking just corpses onto the ground.
Holy shit!
It's a nightmare scene. It is truly a nightmare.
The golems just dig a pit for them by throwing them hard enough at the ground.
It's really truly terrible. Danelle sort of like glances over at Roshan, kind of looks at the group. So I said my boss works in deals, which I'm sure you can appreciate. Looks over at Eagle and he's like, just kind of gives like a vague nod. So I feel like we're in a vaguely even space, and you have things to do in the city. I think we can help each other out when we get there.
That would be very appreciated and useful for us as well as for you, I hope.
And I will be traveling with you because I need to make sure that this cart and its proprietor make it to where they need to go.
At that point, I think it kind of hits Roshan that he let Ink die, and he feels a little shame about it. So he's going to go grab Eagle's illusory hand and pull him away, so we can have
like this. And then he catches on and follows you.
And he'll go pick up the speaking stone and have a private conversation and apologize for needing to do that.
That's fair.
I wasn't sure of my purpose, but it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I'm sorry it was for this purpose and it was not for anything else. I promise though that last charge will be worth it.
You can't promise that. That one's going to be business too. We both know that.
Unless you get me another one. I don't know.
You're incredibly expensive. I hope you know that.
Are you mad about it?
It's just an observation.
Love you too.
You hear the sound of bone crunching as Danelle is like kicked up one of the guy's arms and like snapped like with her boot to like keep it in the pile. Eagle does not turn to look, but it echoes a bit in the area, accompanied with the sound of golems spiking corpses into the pile.
It's upsetting.
Ben's
No matter
dragging
where
branches
you
and
are.
stuff over. Like, I hate this so much. Why
It
do
is-
we always have to do this?
It's just a nightmare scene of crunching bones and blood covering the snow.
I will say, Nana would like to go to Danelle at some point.
Roshan and Eagle are off still having their conversation. Eagle still has plenty of time to hang out with everybody while they collect corpses.
That's fine.
But you watch Danelle just easily snap the arm of somebody she had been traveling with.
Yeah.
And like glances over. Uh-huh.
I know that you're not interested in having Ink's body burned. Do we need to collect the fingers as well, or no?
I throw those in the fire, to be honest.
All right.
Those aren't
Fair
going
enough.
back on.
All right. Nana's kind of like putting things together in her head. She's not going to comment on it, but okay. So you said that you had known of Ink prior to all of this. Had you been by his museum before?
First time.
Shame it had to be this.
The same. He's not going to come back the same if it works. Big boss wants him back, and he's going to be fucked up. They always are.
Is there anything that we can do?
Suppose you could pay for his therapist.
Probably the least we owe him, considering we absolutely failed in our commission. That makes sense.
Pretty damn bad. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't want to point fingers at any, but honestly, that bitch is good at planning. Like, I honestly thought Crabwall would sabotage it. I really did. But maybe I'll use that more, honestly.
At the very least, it was effective on us. We thought we might be able to help a passerby. Doesn't pay to
Instead,
be
that
generous these
passerby
days.
was a bitch who I'm inevitably probably going to have to hunt down, which is annoying.
Unfortunate. Do you know of any, I don't know, hidey holes, safe havens, places where she might go?
I can't say.
Hmm.
We'll have to see. She won't be safe at home, so.
Should she evade our attention until after we part ways, are there any aliases you know of that she might use, or something we might be able to use to identify her if she's trying to stay undercover? Chances are good she won't be kind towards us regardless, so we may as well be on the lookout.
I think you will be able to get as much information on her as you want from somebody who actually knows her. I know of her, and we traveled together for a few days.
Fair enough.
We're not friends.
That
Actually,
explains
not a
things.
lot of friends here.
So just in the background, Fen and Gorbjorn are dragging branches together towards this pyre that we're setting up.
So
Fen just says to Gorbjorn, "The fuck is a therapist?"
I am busy mourning the loss of Ink. I've just been over
Oh.
Ink's corpse this whole time.
Oh.
During this time, Gorbjorn, you have been sitting next to Ink. And you can see thrown back onto the chest is this stamp that was in the process of being carved, whittled, with two very like intricate, delicate G's. The body is completely pale, basically the color of the snow beneath it. Big contrast because of the amount of blood beneath. The outfit stays the same, also marred with blood, and the eyes are white and empty as the rest of the body is.
I imagine Gorbjorn's like crying and like looking at this, and he knew Ink was helping him a lot, but in his hystericalness, he's crying. It's like, this doesn't look like a moon at all, and like.
And just through tears, looking at this chiseled piece. Now the sound of the crackling of fire and Gorbjorn's sobs have now replaced the sound of golems and bones breaking. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here with us. We truly appreciate it. I love telling you guys a story. Here at the Dice Cult, we have a lot going on. We got all the shows, all the things. On Tuesdays, we have Legends of Theia, run by Mike. Mike? Who the fuck is Mike?
We have a
Who the fuck
mic?
is Mike?
Oh,
Mike!
Hey guys, new guy.
New man!
We just want our Frank back.
We do want
Um,
Frank back.
I do believe that this Tuesday is going to be a no-go, but next week I believe we get Frank back. That's the dream, the goal, the reality. And on Wednesdays we have Cordially Invited. I'm gonna guess. I always should look it up first, but I'm pretty sure this is the off week. Last week was the on week.
Yes, that's right.
But if I'm wrong, you can always keep up with us on Twitter at the Dice Cult, which will always keep you up to when shows are happening. But
honestly,
Cordially
you
Invited
should look at them regardless.
is another D&D 5e game where we got some fantasy people making a nice big fantasy wedding, and I'm sure there is no violence or drama or anything bad happening at this wedding, and all is going according to plan. And the napkins match the flowers and everybody's having a good time. I'm sure that's the case. So if you'd like to catch up with Cordially Invited, that is bi-weekly Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Saturdays, we have Vampire the Masquerade and The Last Remaining Light. A Tear's not dead, but we're still in the wall, boys.
Oh boy. She's still
Still in
carbonated.
the wall. Currently, a character is out having an adventure with a new vampire friend and considering just fleeing town with them, which, good for you.
Live
The
your best
goal now
life.
seems to be kill your enemies and leave town. And, fingers crossed on that. So once Tyr gets out of the wall, she can help Iris kill their enemies. And I'm sure this big fight in this mansion is going to go well for everybody.
Sure.
So if you're here for some vampire drama, where
We all are.
I can only assume there will be violence
There will.
this Saturday, you can join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a little fun. And if you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. I believe we just posted a nice picture of Roshan today. We love having you here. Love telling you a story. If you want to keep help guys, I don't know who Mike is. I don't know the Ender. I don't know what's going on, but same.
That's all right.
We'll be here, same time, same place every
Yes.
Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you guys next week. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.